What if I told you that half of what you learned today expires before you finish hearing this message? Artificial intelligence, AI for short, and blockchain are not about to arrive. They are already operating, making decisions, auditing processes, and moving money at any moment. If your job depends on repeating steps, filling out paperwork, or having good nose, you're at risk today, not tomorrow. Think about the revolutions we've already lived through. The steam engine, electricity, the internet, all of them rewrote tasks, professions, and entire companies. This time, the hit is more direct because AI doesn't just automate motions, it learns patterns, proposes options, drafts, edits, designs, and decides with data. Blockchain, for its part, turns trust into software, records that cannot be tampered with, rules that execute themselves, and payments that are released only when what was agreed is fulfilled. Together, they create something uncomfortable. Efficiency stops being a value add and becomes the minimum floor. Whoever doesn't reach that floor falls out the game. AI predicts demand, values assets, generates architectural pre-designs, builds schedules, and detects fraud. At a university, it personalizes tutoring, grades with criteria, detects dropout risk, and recommends learning paths. In a company, it scores potential clients, suggests prices, drafts minutes, and prioritizes tasks based on real impact, not on whim. If your edge was doing the same thing faster, I have bad news for you. AI will do it faster than you and at a lower cost. Blockchain brings the other half of the story. Programmable security. A smart contract is a software that safeguards the payment, verifies conditions, and releases funds only when there is evidence. Every event is traced. Who paid, when, why, and under that condition. This reduces disputes, minimizes fraud, and speeds up closing. Human tasks like copying data from one spreadsheet to another, checking signatures over and over, reconciling payments lost in emails, or chasing receipts by phone start to disappear. The infrastructure does it better, and it stamps with a timestamp. Compliance stops being a quarterly plan and becomes live telemetry. Real estate feels it first. That sector stood on three pillars: trust, paper, and time. All three are breaking. Tokenization is the digital fractionalization of an asset with programmable rights and cash flows, enables liquidity and lower entry tickets with 24/7 trading. Due diligence becomes traceable. Titles, urban restrictions, appraisals, site inspections, and permits. All versions are audible. Milestone-based payments replace verbal promises. Money is released and only if measurable progress is reached. In commercial work, all segment audiences adjust prices dynamically, handles FAQs without getting tired, reduces proposals minutes in minutes. Where does the human remain? In strategy, complex negotiation, judgment, and relationships. Everything repeatable and verifiable is headed toward automation sooner rather than later. Higher education isn't safe either. Those who reinvent themselves survive. Living curricula that change every semester, labs that produce real results with companies, and authentic assessment, less memorization, more problem solving using AI as a mandatory tool. The diploma on the wall loses value if it doesn't come with a verified portfolio, micro-credentials, and flight hours in project with real data. The graduate who just repeats slides competes against models that literally learned from millions of texts, cases, and designs. If the university doesn't deliver evidence-applied capabilities, employers will look elsewhere for it. Be honest with yourself. Everything that can be described in steps will be automated. If your work boils down to policies, templates, or checklists, your role is on the firing line. What will remain for you are the spaces where judgment, ethics, creativity, local context, and legal responsibility matter. And even there, AI will be your co-pilot, or the pilot that replaces you if you refuse to learn. In Colombia, pressure is rising, and so is opportunity. There are public policies for AI adoption, supervised pilots in digital finance, and reporting obligations for service providers dealing with crypto assets. The acronyms become everyday language. UIAF and the Financial Information Analysis Unit setting guidelines against money laundering, KYC, Know Your Customer, and AML, Anti-Money Laundering. These terms stop being a manual drawer to become processes integrated into your operation. This means more traceability, less paper, and more technical interfaces with banks, agencies, and providers. Those who formalize their flows, document policies, and leave audible evidence scale up. Those who don't lose contracts and reputation. And now, listen carefully, because this is where you decide whether you stand by watching your industry reconfigure without you, or you take control. UrbaKen emerges as a focus of innovation, research, and development, a PropTech, property technology company that integrates generative AI, artificial intelligence that produces text, images, code, and analysis, with blockchain implementation and payment gateways for all fiat currencies and crypto assets, including stablecoins, cryptocurrencies with stable value, always through authorized providers and regulatory compliance. While AI renders repetitive tasks obsolete and uncertainty paralyzes many, UrbaKen designs and operates the solution. Automate what holds your back, audit what exposes you, and accelerate what gives you an edge. If today you feel fear about what's happening with technology, that's a good sign. It means you understood the magnitude of the change. That fear dissolves when you turn your operation into a measurable, traceable, and scalable system. That's what we are here for you. UrbaKen is your bridge between chaos and control.